Hey gang, guess what time it is? Mukbang! Hopefully I can do this camera my cell phone better. Yes, I have a pillow sitting on my lap. I'm sitting on the couch. Yeah. Where are we usually sitting? Okay, well this is what we have. Hopefully this is getting it. We have watermelon. And we have a muffin that has some butter on it. It's a banana blueberry muffin. It looks like it's got chocolate chips, but it's banana blueberry muffin. And I already ate. There's two of them. I already ate a half. Really good. And Judy Bug's helping eat the melon. Gee, how do I do this? How do we do this? There we go. Well, I'm binge watching YouTube today. Yeah. Maybe we should do a spill the tea thing. I have not had a good morning. My ex-husband, which you probably guessed, is an Indian with the dot, not the feather. I'm partial Indian with the feather and not the dot. I have Cherokee in it. Cherokee people. Yeah, I have Cherokee in me. But anyway. Damn, that looks like humongous. Anyway, so he calls me first thing this morning because he's got a problem with young son. He's like, bleh, 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 bleh. Why don't young son call him? Well, I don't know. Well, he's supposed to help young son get his car smogged. We live in Nevada, but the car that my young son drives is actually his dad's car. And his dad wants to get the car smogged. The young son's playing games. Won't answer the phone. Nothing. And ex-husband's been here like 3 times to get this car smogged. Today is the very last day. So he's flipping the fuck out because he has to get his car smogged. He's a truck driver and he doesn't want to get in trouble by not having a car smogged, because what if young son's driving around and get stopped, and then it's responsibility on ex-husband. That's a bunch of bullshit. He kept asking me where young son is. I'm like, honest to God, I don't know. Juicy. He would not respond to any of my calls and my texts. I'm like, dude, your dad's here. You gotta get your... Yes, I'm using my finger for a knife. So I'm like, dude, your dad's here to get your truck smogged. I mean, get your car smogged. What time is it? Mukbang. She loves saying that. Oh, she's stealing my watermelon. Help, help. Actually, I got enough watermelon for her, too. So, he's like bugging. He even showed up at my house this morning, ex-husband. With a bunch of Indian people, thinking that I'm hiding my young son from him. No, I'm not hiding him from him. Why in the hell would I do that? Young son doesn't live here. He has his own apartment. I don't know the address to the apartment, but ex-husband does. So he says, you're not entering door. Wow. What can I say? And I'm like texting, calling young son, hey, your dad's here. Let's do this shit. Go to Truckee and get the car smogged. Do you think that's going to happen? I pray to God it happens. I hope he gets it smogged today. And then I got another one calling me. It's still in India. My significant other. And he's drunk. You don't love me. You were on a call. Ooh, you were on a call. You don't love me. Ooh. I'm like, oh my God. He kept saying how I didn't love him, and he was on a call. I was on a call. Yeah, I was on a call because I kept trying to explain to him, trying to get a hold of young son. And when I said ex-husband was here, oh, then he flipped the fuck out. Not ex-husband, but significant other fucked up. Flipped the fuck out. I'm like, oh my God. You don't love me, you love him. Like, oh, bullshit. I keep waiting for him to come over here. But every time it's the stupid coronavirus, now the variant virus, they're not letting people fly and blah, 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 blah. You can't get flights out of certain areas. Now he is no longer in the military. We waited for him to be released from the military. Why can't get over here? It's bullshit. Just bullshit. Okay. I spilled tea on somebody else. Tranny. You know AJ and Tranny. Okay. They live in an RV on my property. And they have water hooked up, sewer, everything. It's like a little mobile home, but it's an RV, right? Well, Friday night, their water pump kept going rah, 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 rah. So Big Son, he's our maintenance man here. He came home early on Friday night because he's a local P&D and there's no more delivery. Yeah, I have a whole shitload of truck drivers. Indian folk and truck drivers. Alright, so Big Son came home. And AJ didn't tell him that the pump is like keep going and making these noises. So Saturday passes by. Nobody went anywhere. Everybody's home all day Saturday. Just hanging out. We've been under a heat advisory. Who the hell wants to go outside, ride around in a car, or do anything? We're home. So Big Son's home. She could have told him this day. She could have told him Saturday. So, meanwhile, the pump is still on, and it's getting really hot. Oh. Bubba and Diet Mountain Dew's invited to this party. Anyway, so the water thing is getting hot, 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 hot. Which could start a fire in her trailer. And so she didn't say nothing Saturday. So big brother, old son, sitting on the back stairs smoking a cigarette. All these idiots smoke cigarettes. Shouldn't call them idiots, but I don't like cigarettes. And if you smoke cigarettes, I'm sorry, but health it's very debilitating to your health. I know, yeah, being fat and eating this shit's debilitating to my health too. But he's sitting out there smoking a cigarette, and he comes in the house, says, AJ's swamp cooler's going roar, roar, roar. So we're going he's like, he needs to go investigate. No. He goes and asks him, what's going on with that? I don't know. That's what they said. So he finally says, I need to come in and look. Because essentially he's their landlord there. I got my glasses on my head. So he went to go look and found out that the water pump is making all kinds of noise, and it's hooked up to their swamp cooler thing. And it's hooked up to their sink and their toilet and blah, 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 blah. And anyway, for whatever reason, is getting hot. I don't know. There had to be a water leak, according to him, a water leak or a bubble in the line or something. Anyway, long story short, I keep looking out because it's so smoggy, smoky here. I don't think you can't see. It's smoky here and hot. Anyway, so he went in there and found out that the stupid thing is broken. So now they don't have water for their swamp cooler. It's like over 100 degrees here. Can't use their sink. Can't flush their toilet because they neglected to say that the water pump. Francine, don't. You're hitting the dog. So they neglected to say that something's wrong with the pump. It's making really loud noises and stuff like that. So now they don't have any water, but they have a direct line hooked up to their swamp cooler. So now when they flush the toilet, they have to get a little bit of water, to pour it down the toilet to flush the toilet. Francine, stop! She's over here wiggling on my walking stick, and poor Roxy's getting hit with it. You're hitting Roxy with it, girlfriend. Anyway, so on this weekend, and there's no RV places open to go get another thing. Plus, we're short of money. Tranny doesn't work because he gets a job. If you want a job coach for Nevada and you're looking for a job, he can get a job. He can go out there like right now in 2 hours and get a damn job. But here's the bullshit. He does not keep the job. He will get his first paycheck, then he quits. He's had maybe like 20 jobs so far this year, and what is this, August? And usually we take him to his job interview and help him out, get him all prepared for his job and all this shit. Last job he worked like 2 days, 3 days. And he says, I'm doing really good. They might make me a manager and all that stuff. And then after the third day, he's home. He goes, well, they're rearranging the schedule. 4 days goes by. Are you going back to work? I don't know. They're not calling me. It's always this cue. They'll say, oh, I'm doing good. They're going to make me this. They're going to make me that. I'm doing so great. There we know. He's lost his job. Yeah. Or quit. So that's the story on him. And him and her is fighting. Tranny has 3 kids. And he really wasn't interested in his 3 kids until they moved like right around the corner to our house. And AJ's always suspicion of him going back to his ex. He swears up and down no, blah, blah, blah. But then, for the last 2 weeks, he leaves in the middle of the night, he leaves all day long. It's just like, whatever, just up and go. And she's caught some messages from him on her Facebook account or phone number, whatever. I miss you, I love you type messages. Okay, come on now. So they're not getting along, AJ and Trey. And then the icing on the cake. Oh, did I spit watermelon? Icing on the cake. Well, all day long yesterday I heard beep, 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 beep. Well, I have one of these fridges. When you leave the door open and it's getting warm in there, it goes beep, 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 beep. And it kept doing that. And I was sitting there washing dishes, and I said to Big Son and everybody was sitting in the living room, I hear beep, beep. Oh no, that's Jesse playing with a little toy microwave. That's what they kept telling me. I'm like, okay, you sure? All right. So, I'm preparing supper, okay? I'm getting in the fridge to get different ingredients like garlic and, you know, some kind of a sauce or whatever, meat, for my preparation for dinner. And I look up, and I have a side-by-side Frigidaire fridge, and the one thing said H for hot, meaning it's getting hot, and the other one said it was like 5 or 6 or something like that, the setting on it. So I told baby's mama, and she says, as my hands were goopy, I was mixing something up. Oh, I was seasoning meat, and I was using my hands to stir it up with. So I told baby's mama, and she goes, oh, well, the freezer door was not quite shut all the way. So, oh, okay, whatever, you know. So we get done having supper and everything. I'm putting leftovers in the fridge, like some baked potatoes, because we had meat and baked potatoes and green beans yesterday. So I'm putting stuff in, I'm like, no, both says hot. Both sides say hot. What the hell? So, the fridge took a shit. And I got really upset. All done. Because I had a lot of food in that side-by-side fridge. I make sure we don't go without food, you know? Because we really don't eat out. We eat most of the time, all the time in the house, you know? But you see what I get when I go out. I go to McDonald's. Or have a Little Caesar's pizza. Or Domino's pizza. And that might be one time a week. It might not even be once a week. It just depends. Anyway, so the fridge was fucked up. It was getting hot. And so we unplugged it. We did all this troubleshooting stuff. Unplugged it, and it was okay for a little bit. Like, oh, that worked. We reset it. It fixed it. It didn't fix it. So then, after about an hour, after we thought we fixed it, we looked and checked again. It's hot again. So then I thought, because at my old house, before I moved here, we had like dust and dirt around the coils and stuff, and it made my fridge up where I was renting before screw up. So Big Son pulled the fridge out, unplugged it, and start, cleaning off all the stuff in there. And it was very dusty. We live in a desert, and I'll tell you, I have a swamp cooler going, and all it is like water running through this, it's a fan with like this mat, and the fan blows this water. It hits the mat and it makes it cool. It puts moisture in the air. But even though it's doing that, you wouldn't think it'd be so dry in here, but it is dry. Our humidity is sometimes 15, sometimes 20, sometimes like 0% humidity. We have no humidity here at all. So if you have a skin problem, this is a place to go. So I know when I lived in Florida, I always had rashes and stuff because it's humid and yucky, and like bacteria grows on your skin if it's like damp and wet and stuff. Anyway, so long story short, even though we have the swamp cooler going, I can wash off the table at night, and in the morning, go run my finger across the one side of the table by the swamp cooler, you can see dust on it. Same with the TV. You can dust in the morning, you'll have dust on it by the evening. So all this dust floating around in here got around the coils and stuff in the refrigerator. And the refrigerator was not working because it couldn't breathe, because refrigeration stuff has to breathe. There has to be a good airflow to make it work. So my son fixed it. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Because it's like, oh my God, I was like flipping. I was calling this one refrigerator repair person, and he goes, well, I'm booked up for a couple weeks. I'm like, oh my God, my food's going to spoil. That's what I was thinking. But then we're lucky because he was the only one that makes house, like, like house calls, and he had like all this good rating, but he was a dick. I'm sure that he's making lots of money and he didn't need my money. So what he told us, just unplug your fridge for the night. It'll be okay in the morning. But, hi. But we didn't do that. He cleaned it off and everything. So, yeah. What do you got to say today? Oh, you got Sky? Oh, what is that, baby? What's your baby's name?
My name.
What's its name? It's her baby. Her baby. Really? Do you speak a different language?
Yeah.
Do you speak Babanese?
Yes.
Yeah, she speaks Babanese. You have to listen very carefully to understand what she's saying. Anyway, so that is my rant. I spill the tea, being pissed off at people and upset. So we're going to have a good day, right? I hope so. All right. I'll see you next mukbang if you choose to come back. And I'm still checking out channels that people recommend to me. I checked out this one channel, Sagittarius something. I don't know what it is. But it's a heavy-set girl, and she's got a tattoo right here. And some tattoos on her. I don't know. I was trying to figure out where she is. She looks like she might have been in LA or something, because you could see, like, out her window to a bunch of buildings. So she was kind of interesting. In fact, I subscribed to her. But we'll see if she interests me more. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. So I will watch a few more of her videos, that's for sure. All right, I'll see you guys next mukbang. If you choose to come back, like, subscribe, so share, subscribe. Okay, bye.